In this lesson, we are going to take a look at the basics of printing from model space in AutoCAD. As you can see, I've got a multi-view assembly drawing here with a bill of materials, and I would like to create a check plot of just the front section view. So I don't need to set up my whole drawing to have a title block and border and a specific scale for the whole drawing. I just want the one view. So I'm going to print here from model space. I can choose the print or plot command from the quick access toolbar. You can also choose it from the application menu. You can also use the Control-P keyboard shortcut that's used in many other Windows programs. After selecting the plot command, I'm given the plot dialog box. There are a lot of different settings in here. We'll just take a look at the basics for now. The first thing that I want to do is select my plotter. If I'm choosing a physical plotter, it should show up in this list. In my case, I'm going to choose the DWF-XE plot, which will make a digital file. Next, I'll choose the paper size, and I'm going to accept the ANSI A letter size 8.5 by 11 inch paper. Then I will tell AutoCAD what I want to print. Right now it's set to display, so it's going to try to print everything, including this extra space around the views. Let's take a look at the other options. We can print to extents, which will just simply print everything that's drawn out there. We can print to limits, so if I have some predefined drawing limits, it'll print to those. Or I can choose window to print just a specific region. I'll choose window. Now, just like I'm drawing a rectangle, I can pick two diagonal endpoints around the area in which I want to print. As soon as I click that second point, it brings me back to the dialog box. If I need to readjust my window, I can select the window button here. I get a preview of what the drawing looks like, so I can see that it's going to fit on my 8.5 by 11 inch paper. And that's due to the fact that fit to paper is selected. When this is selected, it will simply adjust the scale as needed to fit the drawing on paper. I'm going to clear this check so I can choose a specific scale. If I click the drop down, I can choose 1:1, and you can see that that fits. I can choose the preview button in the lower left corner here. And as I can see, the view shows up just fine on the drawing. I'm going to center it. So I'm going to either press escape or hit the X button up top to back up. Here on the left side, I'm going to choose center the plot. Once more, I'll choose the preview button. And in this particular example, I'm actually going to print this at half scale. So I'm going to cancel and adjust my scale to 1:2. I can choose preview again, and now I can see the result. I'm going to cancel to back up one more time and take a look at the upper right corner where we have plot style tables. Plot style tables will affect the way that the lines print. In some cases, they might change their line weight or their color. I'm going to select the monochrome plot style table for this one, and it's going to ask me if I want to apply it to every one of my layouts. I'm just going to select no for now. I'm going to select preview again, and notice this time that the hatching does not show up red. I do have different line weights, but not different colors. This is especially important if you are drawing in light colors such as yellow. If you do not adjust the plot style table, it might either try to print yellow on a color plotter, which you can barely see, or it might print very, very light gray if you're printing to a grayscale printer. If I like the way everything looks, I'll just hit the X button to back up. I could go ahead and print right here if I want, but I'm going to back up one more time to the dialog box, and if it looks good, I'll go ahead and hit OK. If you were connected to a physical printer, it would begin printing. In my case, I'm creating a digital file, so I can just simply browse to where I want to save the DWF-X file in my case, and click Save. And the file is created. Let's look at one more example. If I wanted to print the entire drawing here from model space, I'll choose my digital printout of DWF-XE plot. And this time, since I want to print everything I've drawn out there, I'm going to choose Extents. And this is just like performing a zoom extent. It's going to show me everything that's out there in model space. I'm going to remove the check from fit to paper, and I'll set the scale once again to 1:2. I'll also center the plot and choose my monochrome plot style table, clicking no to apply to all layouts. I'll click preview, and now you can see the end result here. Once more, I could go ahead and click print, and in my case, it'll create a digital file. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. That concludes this look at model space plotting in AutoCAD.